What's going on, guys? It's NYPrepper here. Just wanted to film my workout today and show you guys what kind of workouts I'm doing during this pandemic. So I am working out in a basement right now, so I have to be very careful when I do my lifts. I can't put weights down very hard because I don't want to crack the floor. I do have rubber mats here. They're half inch. I believe they're half inch or 5/8 inch thick rubber mats. And I'm going to do some deadlifts right now. I got 405 on the bar. And I'm going to try to get between 15 and 20. And normally I get around 25 or 26 in a commercial gym where I can put the weight down, you know, harder. But I have to go slow on the negative so I don't crack the floor. So that kind of reduces the amount of reps I can get here. But nonetheless, it's very good to do deadlifts. Deadlifts are a very good exercise for a prepper. Okay, they build a lot of your lower back muscles, your hips, your hamstrings, your grip, your back. It builds your core as well. And I actually used to compete in powerlifting, and the deadlift was my best lift. I took an American record when I was 20 years old. In 2006, I deadlifted 765 pounds at a body weight of 242 pounds. So I also have a New York State record that I set when I was 18 years old. I deadlifted 645 at 232. So this is my best lift, and I try to keep my strength on this lift. Even though I'm older now, I try to keep up my strength. So here we go. Just got 17 reps, guys. Makes it a lot harder when you got to put that weight down slowly. Putting down 400 pounds slowly and carefully takes a lot of your energy away. But so stay tuned. I'll show you guys some of my back exercises and neck exercises. Alright guys, so now I'm going to do some bent over barbell rows. I got 225 pounds on the bar, and I'm going to do my first set at shoulder width grip, and then my second set I'm going to do a wide grip where I'm going to put my middle finger on the rings on the bar. And I'm going to do like a semi-wide grip, and I'm going to do these with high repetitions. When I was powerlifting, I used to do these really heavy. I would go up to like 400 pounds, 500 pounds, and go really low repetitions, like 5 to 10 reps. But now that, you know, I'm not powerlifting anymore, I could go heavier if I wanted to, but I just stay with 225 or 315, and I try to focus on getting a good pump and getting a good stretch of the muscle and good technique rather than just going ultra heavy all the time like I used to. So you know, these build the strength of your back muscles, your lower back, your upper back, your grip. Okay, it builds your core as well because you got to stabilize your body when you're doing these. So it's a really good overall exercise, and I really like to do compound exercises. You know, being a power lifter, that's what I've always done for, you know, all of my adult life. So let's do this set. I just did 25 reps. It feels awesome. So the next set we'll do wide grip, same thing, 20 to 25 reps. Alright guys, so now we're going to do a set of wide grip barbell rows, and these are really good for building up your back. It's good to alternate the grip from, you know, shoulder width, and then also do a wide grip so you recruit different muscle fibers on your back. So let's do this set. Just did 25 reps with 225. You should definitely do this exercise, guys. So now we're going to finish up with some shrugs and neck raises. All right, it's important to work your neck and to keep your neck strong. As a prepper, it's important because, God forbid, if you have to get into a fight with someone, you know, having a strong neck will protect you from whiplash if somebody punches you. And also it'll make it harder for somebody to choke you. All right. It'll be harder for someone to get their arm around you and choke you out. So working your neck is very important, especially if you're grappling with people and things like that. So we're going to start off with a drop set with shrugs. We're going to start with a heavy set with 405. We'll do a set of 25 with that. We'll take about a minute break or so, catch my breath, then go down to 315, try to get 20 there, and then catch my breath again, and then do 225, which is very light, and I'm just going to focus on getting a good squeeze on that set, so stay tuned. It's always challenging doing shrugs after doing deadlifts. All right, guys, just gonna take a minute or so to catch my breath and then go right to 315. And these high rep shrugs are really good for building your trap muscles up. Definitely want to go heavy. I used to go up to 700-800 pounds when I was powerlifting. I would go up to like 765 on the shrugs, and that would really help my deadlift a lot, but I don't really care anymore. I'm not trying to break records, so I'm just doing moderate weight here and focusing better on my technique rather than just doing power shrugs. But power shrugs have their place. If you're really trying to build your foundational power and strength, then you definitely want to do power shrugs. Now, power shrugs are different than regular shrugs because you're using your hips to help you drive the weight up. All right, so you're not just using strictly your trapezius muscles to shrug. Okay, normally, if you're doing shrugs like bodybuilder style, you're strictly using your trapezius muscle to lift your shoulders up. Okay, but when you're doing power shrugs, what you do is you bend your knees a little bit and you snap your hip, okay, kind of almost like you're going to do a clean and jerk. All right, you lower the bar down onto your thighs and you snap your hip, okay, you snap it up, and then that generates momentum to help you shrug heavier weights. Okay, normal bodybuilding style shrugs, you're pretty strict. Your hips and your knees are not bent. They're pretty straight, okay? And you're just strictly using your trapezius muscles. You're isolating the muscle and squeezing with it. But if you're doing power shrugs, again, you're using your hips. You're breaking your hips and your knees, and you're snapping your hips up, okay? Almost like you're humping the bar. It sounds kind of funny, but you're breaking your hips and you're humping the bar to generate momentum. All right, you hump the bar and then that lifts, gives you momentum, and then you shrug. And doing that power shrug like that, you can use almost double the weight. If I was doing power shrugs right now, I could probably go up to 700 pounds, all right? But again, I'm not powerlifting anymore. But if you are a beginner into powerlifting, or you're a beginner into weightlifting in general, it's good to incorporate the power shrugs into your lifts, okay? Because those power shrugs will build up the foundational strength. I've already built my foundational strength. I've powerlifted for, many years, since I was 17 years old, all right? And most of my early adult life, I competed, so my foundational strength, I already have it. I don't have to worry about building it up. I just have to maintain what I have. So I don't have to go as heavy. I can just stay with moderate weights. But if you're new and you want to build up that foundational strength, you got to do your power shrugs. You got to go heavy, all right? Go heavy on your deadlifts. Go heavy on your barbell rows. Go heavy on your shrugs. Do the power shrugs. All those things are going to build up your power, okay? Power shrugs and heavy barbell rows really helped me a lot with my deadlift and also with my squat. Also, front squats will help a lot with your deadlift, and they'll also help with your squat obviously as well. So, but those are some two critical exercises for the deadlift if you want to build up your deadlift and you just want to build up your overall power in your back. Power shrugs and heavy barbell rows, all right? And obviously heavy deadlifts as well. And you could also work in rack pulls Rack pulls are just partial deadlifts that you perform in a power rack. You could set different heights, so you're deadlifting from different heights, and you can rotate the height, so you're not always lifting at the same height. You can go lower, you can go higher, and that'll, you know, if you, for example, if your sticking point is at the top of the deadlift when you lock your hips out, you know, then you could set the rack so when you're doing your rack pull, the rack is, the bar starts just above your knees, and so all you're doing is just a lockout, you know. So you got to find out what your sticking points are if you want to build up your deadlift or any of your lifts. You know, but barbell rows and power shrugs and shrugs are just a very basic, you know, movement that everybody should do. So I'm going to finish up the rest of my set now that I've talked enough. All right, guys, finished up our shrugs. Now we're going to do our neck, and then that'll be it for today. One last thing I will say, if you're training, you're working out, you're not sweating, if you're not in pain, you're not training hard enough, all right? And when I say pain, I don't mean like joint pain or chest pain. You know, I'm talking about discomfort, all right? When you're working out, you should feel some discomfort. You're supposed to push yourself, all right? Obviously, you can't push yourself all the time, because if you push yourself all the time, you're going to overtrain, all right? So you don't want to push yourself all the time. You know, you want to have days where you go all out and you push yourself, and then you want other days where it's more easygoing, all right? But a good way to avoid burnout when you're lifting is to lift less often and do lower volume, okay? Lower volume means less sets and less reps. Less sets and reps. So less lifting altogether, okay? Do less exercises, but more intensity. You know, you don't have to do 5 sets of every exercise, okay? As you see, I did 1 set of deadlift, I did 2 sets of rows, I just did 3 sets of shrugs, and then I'll do some neck, and that's it, all right? I'm pushing myself, but I'm not overdoing it, all right? My body can easily recover. And the point is, you want to train hard enough to stimulate your body, but you don't want to overtrain and fry yourself, okay? So don't overtrain. The best way to not overtrain, like I said, keep your volume low, but your intensity high. And if you train like 3 or 4 days a week, it's pretty hard to overtrain, okay? If you're training more than 4 days a week, that's when the likelihood of overtraining can increase. Okay, so 3 or 4 days a week, you know, is good enough in my opinion to maintain your strength. If you're competing and you're trying to break records, you may want to do 5-6 days a week, which is what I used to do when I was younger and I was competing. I would train 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week, you know. I would never really take a full day off. I would just have light days where I would just go in and do some curls or some flies and just get a pump and leave. But, you know, keep your volume low. Give yourself enough days off, okay? Don't overdo it, but you always want to train hard whenever you can, when you feel up for it, okay? Don't leave a lot in the tank, all right? So that's pretty much it. We'll do our neck exercises now, and that'll be the end of it. All right, guys. So now we're going to do some neck raises, and we're going to do front neck raises. I've done these before on my channel, but they build up your neck muscles. Very good for a lot of things. So I like to do these fairly heavy. I stay between 20 and 40 reps. I definitely don't go much heavier than I am now. I have 90 pounds here. I could probably go up to 150, but it's a lot of pressure on your head. You know, you feel that weight on your head. So I keep it around 100 pounds, and I'm going for about 30 to 40 reps here. So let's see what happens. You'll actually get a pretty good workout for your abs when you do these, because your abs are stabilizing your head. So now we're going to do the rear neck and then on the sides. So stay tuned. All right, we're going to do some rear neck raises now. Got 35 pounds here, and I'm going to try to go for 30 reps. All right, guys, so now we're going to do side neck raises. This works the side of the neck, which is also important. We're using 35 pounds. We're going to go for about 75 reps here. All right, guys. So that concludes our workout for today. We did the deadlifts. We did our deadlifts. We did our barbell rows, shrugs, neck, all compound movements, heavy, hard, and that's the way you're supposed to do it. All right, so work out, guys, because being a prepper, you got to be in good shape. Okay, can't just rely on your food storage and your guns. There may be a time where you got to use your bare hands. Okay, so be in shape, be strong. And that's it for this video, guys. I'll do more workout videos. Thanks for watching. Hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video. And as always, take care. God bless. And don't forget the 3 Ps. Prepare, practice, and persevere.